Kunos have a huge problem when it comes to their next game, Assetto Corsa EVO, which will be coming out later this year. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you and exposing what that problem is. Thanks to all the channel members, subscribers, like button clickers and everybody that supports the channel. I really appreciate it. Also, remember, if you use our affiliate links in the description, you will gain extra girth and become a much more successful person from it. I think you all know what the problem is, to be honest, and that is that Kunos have created their own worst enemy. The enemy of the original Assetto Corsa, and even, in part, the ACC, the fake pasta, the second Assetto that uses the terrible graphics engine that no one should use for driving simulators. Kunos' previous games are the enemy that I think Kunos should be very terrified of, and I imagine they are all quaking in their boots in the office every time they think about when they're going to release the new Assetto Corsa. AC1 not only has all its great content at launch, its DLCs that originally came out and it being bloody fantastic then, check out our previous video about the core content in AC, but it's had 10 years of modding with the crazy Russian guy implementing things like dedicated dirt tyres, new graphic shaders, rain, day, night, all the mods that have been added, pure, adding photo skyboxes and amazing shader quality adjustments, just motorway traffic, no Hesse, all the stuff that Assetto Corsa 1 has had. How on earth is a new game meant to compete with that? How on earth is Kunos going to beat something that's had 10 years of consistent development? And it's not even a case of like previous games or other titles where you go, oh, you know, there's been lots of mods, or like Armour, for example. There's been lots of additions, lots of mods. It's AC1 has basically effectively continued to be developed. It's not that it's just a little bit modded. AC1 is effectively some insane, somewhat open source platform. Kunos probably don't see it as an open source platform. They probably see it as, we released a game, we add a mod to it, and someone's making hundreds of thousands of pounds a month off our intellectual property, but we can't do anything about it because if we did, we'd look really bad. That's probably how Kunos see it. But yeah, AC1 is just so huge, so successful, so established. I really don't see how AC2 is meant to actually stand out from that. And the only things I can really think of are if it has backwards compatibility for mods, cars, tracks and everything, or some way of being able to port them across, which isn't that ludicrous of an idea. Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 actually has the multiple physics models, the old physics that Microsoft Flight Sim used and the new one, which allows people to port old mods into Microsoft Flight Sim or update them or do what they want. So Kunos could do that. But then also, I think that Kunos are going to have some kind of really solid single player there, because that's something that Assetto Corsa 1 has never really fully delivered on. And I also think that Kunos are really going to have some kind of ranked multiplayer built into the game. Something like akin to what you see in Le Mans Ultimate, or ideally something a bit more like iRacing. But then Kunos have never shown any interest in doing that kind of thing, and Kunos tend to just do the most random thing that you just, you know, they just do the most least predictable thing, like a cat dancing around on a shelf knocking things over. That is the Kunos way. They just don't make any sense. There's no evidence that Kunos are doing any of these things, so who knows what's going to happen. And in the past, Kunos have not shown any interest in doing ranked multiplayer systems. I would imagine they'll probably do the thing that nobody wants, nobody asks for, and will just leave everybody confused. Maybe like, they might just go, right, low fuel motorsport, you can do this part. You guys, you can do these parts. They might even pull an R Factor 2 where at launch they're like, oh, we've just done a little bit here, guys. Modders, you can fix our game for us and we'll just count the money. Thank you very much. They might do that. We just don't know. I just think ultimately, though, Kunos are in a really tough position, as is anybody that's produced an amazing work of art in the first place. Like, look at the first Matrix film, and then look at Matrix 2, 3, 4, whatever. I prefer not to look at those films. There's only one Matrix film, but that is what happens. Terminator. Actually, Terminator 1 was really good. Terminator 2 was really good. The rest didn't happen. So, you know, I just think Kunos are in an absolute spot with this. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I would love for Kunos's next game, AC EVO, to be a transcendental experience. I would love for him to do the stuff that everyone's been asking for. Built-in ranking system, some more gameplay, better AI. You know, just a solid game along with the Kunos magic physics. I would love for that, but what are the chances? Probably pretty slim. Anyway, let me see what you guys think. Do you agree with me that Kunos' biggest problem is their previous game? Or do you think I've drunk too much tea? Well, until the next one, guys, you should drink too much tea. But thanks for watching, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, take care, and goodbye.